man is back.
Oh, my gosh, the red got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare commentary video for you guys. And despite the fact I am showing you guys Call of Duty gameplay in the background, I'm talking about another video game franchise, or to be more specific, another video game that is coming out really soon actually. And notice the key words there. It's coming out really soon. What am I talking about? NBA 2K21. And here's the deal when I say it's coming out really soon in regards to NBA 2K21 and how this is a problem. We haven't really heard anything about the game. There has been no news about the actual game itself. So now you're probably wondering, but wait a minute, we haven't received news in the past. I'm like, yeah, like, let's see. We know who's on the cover. We know what the cover looked like. So shout out to Zion, shout out to Dame, and shout out to the late great Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. That's just still weird to say, man. I was thinking about it earlier. It's still weird to even think about. But get back on topic. We know who's on the cover of the game. And then they released the soundtrack for the game, which I haven't really listened to or even checked out, because it's like, I don't really care about the soundtrack like that. But aside from those two things, we don't know much about it. We haven't seen any gameplay. You know, nobody talked about what's different or anything like that. The only, well, I'll say this though, because we are really on the verge of new generation consoles being released in the form of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Again, they need a better name for that. So, and we know that there's two different versions of the game. So obviously there's the current gen version, which will be coming out really soon. That's the one right there. And then there will be the next gen version. We not exactly sure when that would drop, because to be honest, we don't know when the next gen systems will drop. So parts of it is on the parts of Sony and Microsoft. But we don't know when they're going to be dropping. And that's a problem. That's a really, really big problem. But despite all of that, we have not seen any gameplay for any version, version of the game, current gen or even next gen. We've seen nothing of the sorts. And again, you guessed it, that's a problem. So, but now granted, no, well, I know we got COVID to deal with and things of that nature. So our next best hope is really Gamescom, because normally around this time we would see like phone footage of the game in some way, shape, or form. We will receive phone footage. So somebody had their phone out and they would be like recording what the gameplay looks like, because people would be over somebody's house playing the game, wherever the case may be. But because of COVID, that's kind of hard to do. Not to mention that the current gen version, which comes out in September, and then we got the next gen version, which more likely coming out in November. So in terms of the next gen version, yeah, they got time, you know, to put the final pieces on it, or whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. But the current gen, I'm like, yo, y'all gotta produce something with that current gen. Because again, it's coming out within a month and we haven't heard anything aside from the fact that, I will say this though. Shout out to Agent. He was invited to take part in a call with the developers, including Mike Rain. And he did a video on it. The only thing I took from that is that there are two different teams working on the game. Mike Rain is working on the next gen version. And we have no clue who the other team is, or whether or not they brought in like completely new people to work on, you know, to be one of those two teams. We don't know. All we know is that there were two different teams working on these two different versions of the game. Oh, another thing we know is, like, we know about the reservation, what is it, rewards, if you want to call it that. Like, if you reserve this version, you get this. If you reserve that version, you get that, or whatever the case may be. We do know about that. I'm not going to go over that at all, because you can easily find that location for yourselves. But at the end of the day, in terms of gameplay, any new features, any new game modes, even how the game looks, and even overall, we know nothing. And that's a problem. Because again, The current gen version comes out in next month. It comes out next month. I don't know exactly when next month. I don't remember, but it comes out next month. So, well, I don't know. It's weird. It's very, very weird. And again, I know because it's probably because of COVID, but still, it is very, very weird. And they need to release something. They're probably going to do that this year. I mean, not this year, obviously, but this month. But at the same time, I don't know what major thing is coming up outside from Sony's State of Play, which is tomorrow. So they could release something there. That's a possibility. So there's that. Because, yeah, the last time they released something, it was like a small little teaser and that was at a PlayStation press conference. So they could release something tomorrow, you know. But the fact that we still haven't seen anything up to this point is a problem. And if they don't release anything for tomorrow's PlayStation State of Play conference or event, again, that's a problem. So I'm going to call it a wrap. And with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New Jack Aspie, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.